Hello everybody, Brad Johnson here. In this video, we're going to be going a little more deeper into the healing of the release ball method. So we're going to be looking into goal setting and clearing obstacles with the release ball method. So what this is going to entail, first of all, is I'm going to give you guys a virtual demonstration. I'm going to treat you guys watching this through the camera right now just as if I was to work with this through a client, right? So you're basically being the virtual client through this demonstration. And I'm going to take you through the entire release ball method process, and you'll have an opportunity to pause the video at specific points so that you can take some time to look into any emotional, conflicting, traumatic, regretful conflicts that you may be experiencing and wanting to surrender to and release. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're just going to do the heart rate variability breathing. So this is going to start off with 10 breaths. And again, we're working with the nose here, right? Breathing in, breathing out to the nose. We're going to be breathing in for 4 seconds, and we're going to be breathing out for 6 seconds. Okay? So get yourself nice and comfortable, making sure the spine is nice and straight. Get yourself relaxed as well too. And go ahead now and close your eyes. And we're going to start the breathing. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last one. And in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax. Okay, just be aware of how your body feels after doing those 10 heart rate variability breaths. You may notice that your body may feel a little bit warm, may start to feel tingly in some areas. The hands themselves may be warm or hot or tingly as well too. You may feel it around the face, around the neck, around the back, around the chest, around the legs, the arms, right? The entire body can be responding in that way. And all this is you tuning into the parasympathetic nervous system. As we're tuning in and basically stimulating the parasympathetic, we go into a deeper, subtle body state, otherwise known as a low idle state. And this is exactly where we want to be before we do any form of release work whatsoever. So please make sure you're doing heart rate variability or any other form of pranayama breath control, because that too also helps to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. And so I'm going to be doing a virtual demonstration here with the viewer and myself. So what we're going to do to begin the virtual demonstration of the release ball method is I want you just to bring your hands out like you're holding an invisible ball in between them, okay? So we're just holding an invisible ball. You don't have to be so visual, okay? This isn't about visualization. If you want to bring visual into it, that's okay, go ahead. But if you're not visual, just imagine, right, that there's a ball within you, a ball being held here in between your hands, okay? That's all we need to do. And we're going to look at the 3 categories. Like I said, you do not have to write anything down. I'm just putting this on the board for you. Okay, so the first category is the subject. Second category is the emotions, but we can also refer to them as the reactions. When I did the first video of the release ball method, I basically just put emotions down, but we can also put it as reactions, right? Because reactions can also include thoughts and feelings, not just emotions, all right? And finally, we have intensity from 0 to 10. So, creating that ball right now, and I want you just to look into yourself. Go ahead and close your eyes. I want you just to look into yourself and discover something within you that you feel is one of the most intense, or perhaps the most intense experience you've ever gone through in your life. Okay, I want you just to bring that up now. I want you to bring it into your awareness. Now, if you need to take more time, go ahead and pause this video now until you have that particular event in your awareness. Okay, so you have resumed, so I assume you have found that intense event. Okay, so this would represent the event here. Like I said, guys, you do not have to write anything down, so don't worry about it. You do not have to have a pen and paper. This is just between me and the viewer here. Okay, so now looking at that event, I want you again just to close your eyes, and I want you just to observe that event and be aware of how this event causes you to react. Okay? What emotions come up? What feelings come up? What thoughts come up when you're looking into that event? If you need a little bit more time, go ahead and pause this video now. Okay, so now that you have all of the emotions, as soon as you are aware of all of the emotions, all of the reactions, all of that is instantly going into the ball, okay? The ball is a ball of awareness. So as soon as you are aware of these things, as soon as they're brought into your awareness, poof, they're instantly brought into the ball, okay? So the event, we're already aware of the event. That awareness already goes into the ball that you're holding. The reactions are already into the ball that you're holding. Finally, we're going to look at the intensity of everything that's contained inside that ball. So I want you to look into that ball right now, and on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being that this event is not intense at all, and 10 being that this event is extremely intense. On a scale of 0 to 10, how intense do you feel everything is that is contained inside the ball right now? Okay, so you may think that maybe it's a 7 or an 8 or a 9, etc. Okay, maybe even less than that, maybe a 6. Now, the general rule of thumb when we're doing the release ball method is if we have anything less than 10, we try to increase it to an extra number. So if it's an 8 on the scale, I want you just to intensify and exaggerate everything that's in the ball to bring it up one additional point, okay? So if we have an 8 on the scale, let's make it a 9. If we have a 9 on the scale, let's make it a 10, so forth, okay? So again, once we get to 10, 10 certainly is the goal. That is what we want to achieve, because we want to try and get the most intense things, especially with this exercise. We want to try and get the most intense into the ball. So again, 6 becomes 7, 7 becomes 8, 8 becomes 9. I'm sure you get the picture, okay? So just intensify it by one extra point. If you need some time, go ahead and pause this video now. Okay, so now that you have brought it up an extra point, perhaps it's already at 10, that's great. So this too goes inside the ball of awareness, the release ball, okay? So inside the release ball right now, that ball of awareness, you have the event, you have the reactions of the event, and you have the intensity of the event. Very good. So here's what we're going to do next. So all I want you to do is just close your eyes. And I want you to shine that invisible light of awareness upon the ball. What I mean by shining that invisible light of awareness is meaning that you are completely aware, you are completely present, you are completely here and now with everything that's inside that ball. So just keeping your eyes closed, I want you just to be aware of all the contents contained inside that ball. I want you to remind yourself that you are not the identity of anything that is inside that ball. You are not responsible for anything that is in that ball. You do not claim anything that is in that ball. Why is this? Because you're not the identity of the body, and you are not the identity of the mind. You are soul, you are spirit, you are awareness, you are consciousness, you are the supreme. That's your true nature. The mind is nothing but a program. The mind is nothing but a construct of thoughts and emotions and feelings and sensations. You are none of those things. So as you are aware of that, I want you just to be aware of everything in the ball, and you're surrendering. Surrendering, surrendering, surrendering. What do I mean by surrendering? You're just dropping everything. You're letting go of identity. You are relinquishing identity. You are relinquishing attachment. You are relinquishing possession. You are relinquishing the material. Everything that represents the thoughts, the feelings, and the emotions that are contained inside that ball is a type of material. They are impermanent things. They are superficial. They are not who and what you are. So this is what I mean by surrendering. You're relinquishing that ownership. You're relinquishing those attachments. You're letting it go, letting it go, letting it go. Just like you're holding a big bag in your hand and you're just dropping it on the ground. Like you're holding a 100-pound weight and you just drop it on the ground and you don't care that you've dropped it. You're letting it drop. So just keep surrendering. Let it all go. Relinquish, relinquish, and relinquish. If you need more time, then you're going to have opportunity to pause the video here in just a moment. But once you are 100% surrendered to everything that is inside that ball, then again you can proceed. So go ahead and pause the video right now. And once you're 100% surrendered, go ahead and resume. Okay, so you're resuming now, so I assume you're 100% surrendered to everything in the ball. So the next thing we're going to do is we're now going to release everything that remains inside the ball. As you have been 100% surrendered to everything in the ball, it's like all the cords have been cut. It's like everything that represented a prominent energy there is now being weakened and is now getting smaller and more dim. So now that that has happened, we're now going to go ahead and release everything. And so all we're going to do to release is we're just going to snap our fingers. Okay? So when you're ready to release, go ahead and snap your fingers. Now be aware of the ball. Now that you've snapped your fingers to release, is that ball completely empty? If the answer is yes, great job. We're going to get to the next step here in just a moment. If the answer is no, that you may still see some residue there, that's okay. Bring the residue to the center of the ball. Okay? Just through your intent, just bring the residue to the center of the ball, and we're going to surrender to that. Okay? So we're going to relinquish, let go, and surrender. Relinquish, let go, and surrender. And once you're 100% surrendered to that, go ahead and pause right now. Once you're fully surrendered, go ahead and resume. Okay? Now that you are resuming, go ahead and snap your fingers again. Release when ready. Is that ball now empty? If it is, great work. There's still a little bit. Just repeat this step once again. Okay? So now we're going on to the last step. So there's one more step to do, and we're going to be doing a check-in. Okay? Now, why do we do this check-in? We want to make sure that we have gotten it all. Okay? What we put into the ball, this is what we feel, represents everything. But again, we're just releasing everything that we feel represents the totality of this event, but sometimes there can still be a little bit more inside of ourselves. So now that we've released everything, we're now going into the check-in segment, and we're just looking into ourselves and we're just asking ourselves the question, does this problem still exist within me? Okay, that's the question you have to ask. Does this problem still exist within me? So check in. And if you're searching for it and you can't find anything, that means no, the problem no longer exists within me. If you find something and say, yeah, I think there's still a little bit here, then all you're doing is just with your awareness, putting it back into the release ball. Okay? So again, there's that little bit of residue, and we're just repeating the steps once again. So just go back to the video and just repeat those steps to surrender, to release, and to check in, to make sure it's 100% gone. Okay? Once you have done that, okay, I've checked in. No, it's completely gone. Everything's gone. I've done the check-in segment, and it's completely clean. Great. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Great job. Okay, that is the release ball method. So there's been a little bit of an update with it, just in regards to emotions and reactions. Okay, I decided to put reactions there because it's a little bit better. When I've been working with people with the release ball method, sometimes they can feel their thoughts and feelings in there alongside with emotions. So this is why I say it's good to really just refer to it as the reactions category. Now again, you'll find some PDF documents in the video description as well too, including the new PDF document that we're going to be looking into today, which is goal setting. Okay, so we have a goal setting worksheet that's contained as a PDF in the video description that you can download. There's also the other two as well too, where you can look into the emotional situations checklist and even the release ball method process. Okay, so there's 3 free PDFs there. Go ahead and download them. They're in the video description. So let me just clear this out of the way because we're going to look into goal setting next. So Brad, why on earth do we need to do goal setting if we're trying to release everything and go free? Because goal setting is a very, very important part to this. Goal setting, there's a method to its madness in that way. When we're setting goals, this is an excellent way of completely releasing obstacles that are preventing you from achieving your goals. And your goals can be physical goals, emotional goals, mental goals, healing goals. Okay, they can be financial goals. They can be family goals. They can be relationship goals. It goes on and on and on. Okay? So when we're looking in the idea of goal setting, here's the goal right here. Okay, so what is it that I want to do here? What is it that I want to achieve? Well, I may want to perform some healing work, some more emotional healing work on myself. I may want to involve maybe some physical healing upon myself as well too. I want to clear that out as well. So if I was to put a goal here, I would just say personal healing. And this again makes it so easy when we're doing the release ball technique, or the release ball method, I should say. Okay, so the goal here is personal healing. So when we're looking at the goal here, when you have the PDF worksheet, okay, again, download the PDF worksheet. You'll see in the PDF worksheet that you have multiple lines here representing obstacles, okay? And we just want to be pretty point form relating to the obstacles themselves, all right? So if I'm looking to achieve personal healing, and let's say wellness, right? Just feeling good physically through the body, okay? So what are the obstacles? What are the problems that I'm experiencing that's preventing me from going into personal healing and wellness, okay? So I may have a bad knee, okay? I may have lung congestion. I may have a sore back. Okay. So all of these things that we put down representing the obstacles, we release through the release ball method, just the exact same thing. Now, when you're working together with physical healing, part of the reactions category, right? So here we are with reactions. When you have the subject here, subject up here, intensity down here. But with reactions, we can also include sensations. Okay? Now, basically, when you're doing healing work through the release ball method, you may still feel that afterwards there's still some discomfort there. But everything that represents the emotional and mental traumas surrounding that physical injury is what's being released. Okay? So again, all we're doing is we're just putting down the sensation. So if I have a sensation for a bad knee, it could feel like it's very tight, it's pulsating, it's throbbing, it's stiff. Okay? Those are some simple sensations that can go right into the ball. If I'm looking at lung congestion, okay, well, congestion is one of them. Okay, there's stickiness, it's hard to breathe sometimes, right? So hardness of breath, shortness of breath as well too. So we're just looking into the sensations. When you have a sore back, again, it's stiff, it feels like it throbs quite a bit, it aches, right? There's a lot of aching, it's sore, okay? That's all the sensations. So like I said, we don't have to say it out loud. It's just like how we did in the demonstration. In the demonstration, we're just aware of it. As we're aware of it, it goes right into the ball, okay? Then as we release it, like I said, you may still notice that, there's still an impaired knee, there's still some lung congestion, but you're freeing all of the emotional and mental debris from it, which is enabling the body to heal itself. That's really what we're doing when it comes to physical healing using the release ball method. Now, of course, there are other methods that are more suited for personal physical healing, but the release ball method can also be used for personal physical healing, okay? So just these particular examples. Now I'm going to give you guys a second example as well too, relating to goal setting. I clear this away, clear that away too. Okay, so another goal that we can set in that sense is basically things that can represent emotional traumas. I could even put emotional, mental traumas. Okay, I could put problems with marriage. I could put financial problems. I could put problems with career, trying to get a new career. I could spend hours and hours with you guys writing down hundreds or even thousands of different examples of goals, okay? There's no limit to the amount of goals that you can put down here using one of these sheets, okay? But again, if I'm looking at emotional and mental traumas, okay, if I feel like there's been a lot of rejection in my life, right, trying to win people over with approval, right, wanting approval. Okay, if there's been a lot of abuse in my life, right, being mentally hurt, verbally hurt. Okay, and I can go on. I can continue to look at all of these obstructions. I just put all of these obstructions down, and then again, I'm using the release ball, just as we did in the virtual demonstration, okay? So that's what I'd like you guys to do. So I want you guys to print out these goal-setting worksheets and just fill them out. As you fill them out, go back into the virtual demonstration in this video and take care of them. And watch all those problems just start to completely be released from you. You're surrendering to them. You're releasing them completely. It doesn't even matter what the problem is. So these are just the obstacles. So once we were able to clear away a lot of obstacles from the goal, we're now working on bringing that goal into ourselves. So we're meditating on that goal. We're making that goal achievable within ourselves, and there's no walls in the way, which means this goal is going to come to you quite quickly. So once we start taking down those belief systems, those traumas, those conflicts, those regrets, those influences, those tendencies, Once all of those things are now being completely taken down, we're completely surrendering to them, we're completely releasing to them, we're just doing the release ball physically, mentally, emotionally, and through all varieties of experiences through your life, career, family, finances, traveling, whatever it may be. Anything that blocks you, anything that prevents you from being able to achieve these goals, using this goal-setting worksheet in association together with the release ball method is going to be a profound game changer for you. Every time we release within ourselves, it's like we're shifting a Rubik's Cube. Our reality gets shifted. And we now notice that we no longer have any impressions about certain people in our life. If we had problems with our father, with our mother, with our siblings, and we've cleared all that stuff out, it's like they're a clean slate. It's like I'm looking at them transparently again. I don't see these big blobs of problems. I don't see these big blobs of definitions and terms and labels that I have once put upon them, because that's why people react to you in the way that they do. You paint a picture upon them and saying, well, this is what this person is like. They have this type of personality, and they're this kind of person emotionally, and they're this kind of person mentally. And you paint all these colors upon them, and you scribble on them, right? Saying, oh, they're a jerk, and they're mean, and they're absurd, and they're crazy, etc., etc. And we just start splashing that judgment paint upon them. But when we start taking all of those down, we start surrendering, and we start releasing all of that, they become transparent, which means there's no paint of judgment placed upon them. You're not judging them anymore. You're not profiling them. You're not stereotyping them or anything of that nature. All of those particular definitions and terms and labels that you have given them are now completely relinquished. They've been surrendered to, and they've been released through the release ball method. And it is wonderful to do this. And I'm telling you guys that this works, because not only have I done it, I've been doing it now for quite some time. But again, my students are doing it, and even working with clients, helping them to do it as well too. And they feel an enormous difference. Okay? So please work with the goal setting worksheets. Set your goals. It's the same thing if you want to start a new business. What's preventing you from starting a new successful business? I don't know if I'm talented enough for it. I don't know if I'm skilled. I don't know if I have the education. I don't know if I have the know-how. I don't really want to have to do it by myself. I want to get a team, but that means I have to talk to people and blah, 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 blah. There's a whole pile of obstacles right there. So we just want to organize ourselves and just start writing these things down in the obstacles and using release ball method and completely surrendering and releasing every single obstacle that stands in your way. As you do this with a multitude of different goals, you are going to feel as free as a bird. Okay? That's what's so great about the release ball method. It goes much more deeper because we're working with awareness to heal the mind. Okay? You cannot use the mind to heal the mind. It's not possible. That's like you trying to put out a fire by lighting another fire. Okay? You can't do it. So when we work with awareness and we are surrendering to everything inside that ball, and then we are releasing the husk of what remains, right? So if this is the energy pattern of that, once we have surrendered to that, that energy pattern goes, okay? And all that remains is just the husk, is just the shell of those properties. Then we release, and that goes. And now the ball is crystal clear. Let me check in with ourselves, right? We're doing the check-in. Does this problem still exist within me? Nope, it's completely gone. Great, deep breath in, deep breath out. And go on with your day. Like I said, the release ball method is able to tackle a multitude of things at once. So if you have about 5 or 6 obstacles right here, put them all into the ball at once. And then go through the entire process. So even though that the content of what you're going through is different, the process of the release ball method always stays the same. Okay? We have different stuff coming into the ball, but the process always remains the same. I don't care how big it is. I don't care how small it is. It's able to be surrendered to, it's able to be released, and now you feel freedom from it. That's our goal with the release ball method, is that we're feeling free. We're clearing all of these obstacles away. And working together with the goal setting worksheet just helps you to organize yourself. You're being aware of what you're constantly releasing. You may release 10, 15, 20, or even more things per day. That's fantastic. You want to continue to release. Go for your goals. Because as you continue to go for your goals, what this is helping you to learn is how to be completely and totally present with yourself, to be completely and totally free, and that you are remaining in the state of your beingness, your presence, right? You're feeling that connection to surrender. You're going more into the soul. Because what did I say that the soul is? The soul is the witness. Okay, it is a witness body. So the more that you are releasing every single day, the deeper you're coming into your own soul and being the witness. You're being the observer. And by being the witness and being the observer, all you are doing is being aware. So there's that capital B-E-I-N-G. You are being aware of yourself. And now peace just rains down upon you. You feel amazing. You feel wonderful. Life feels wonderful because now you're realizing, here's my throne, and here I am now. I can sit upon it. I'm climbing up these big stairs with ease, and I'm sitting upon my throne as a sovereign, and I realize that I have been the creator of all of this. That's the great realization. But we're not even working on being a creator. We're now just being the ultimate witness. We're being the ultimate observer. We are being. And as you are moving into beingness, you are one with the soul. You are one with spirit. You are one with God. You are one with the Supreme. As the witness consciousness, as beingness, as the soul, as the witness body. So this is what the release ball takes us to. The release ball method brings you there. It's just a matter of continuing to work with this every single day, because the release ball method is all about repetition. And we're using it again and again and again and again. Take advantage of what is in this video, because it is going to help you tremendously. Because I have a lot of people that want to do sessions with me. I can only see so many people per day. So this is why I want to make this video, so that it's available to hundreds, even thousands of you, so that you can all do your own inner work. And if you ever have any questions in regards to the release ball method, you can always drop me a message. Just go to newearthteachings.com/contact, the contact page, leave me a message. I'll be happy to get back to you. So I hope this video helps you. Again, keep working with it. If you do enjoy everything that's on this video, feel free to click on the thanks button below. That's just an offering of a donation. That always helps me as well too. Always helps me to make more of these videos, to make the videos bigger and better as well too. Or if you really want to thank me in the most generous way you can, do the exercise and make your life remarkable. So thank you for watching. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaskar, and may it be well with you. Bye for now. Thank you very much for checking out the New Earth Teachings YouTube channel. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And you can check out the websites, newearthteachings.com, where you can order a private session, 3 questions by email, EQ method, and a lot more. And you can also check out healingcodecards.com, where you can grab your mind deck, your body deck, and of course the brand new Body Deck Special Edition. All of these are available in digital editions as well. And you can also get a shirt just like this through healingcodeshop.com, where you can experience the healing codes in apparel form. So feel free to check out these websites. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you again in the next video. Be well.